Good afternoon everyone. Right, new product to review and look at today. Those of you who follow me will know that I've got a tent, an airbeam tent that I absolutely love, but I also sleep in the van for the odd night, or have the odd night where I want something really fast and quick to put up. But I either need to have enough room for me and the dogs, or the dogs and I stay in the van and we kick the rest of our camping equipment out so that I can sleep on the bed in there. With my previous van or straight car, I had a pull-out awning with a hanging tent that did the job perfectly. They don't seem to make one for my current van, which is a bit lower. So I've tried a few options. A driveway awning is brilliant and I've kept it. I'm still sort of pondering how much I'll use it because it's quite a lot of effort to put up. I tried the Outsonny pop-up tent a few weeks ago. I wasn't impressed with the quality. It was not easy to put up and it was too flimsy once it was up. Yes, it was a nice idea that I'd be able to stand up to get changed and things, but it just wasn't practical. So this, I'm not even going to try and pronounce that. Cflity? I don't know. So I'm not going to pronounce the name, but it's a 3-man pop-up automatic tent from Amazon. A lot lower than the Outsonny I tried. It's not something I'm going to be able to stand up to get dressed in, but it is something I can put my loo out in and any extra stuff from the van, or alternatively have me and the dogs in it if we're on a site with loos and things available. So let's get it out the bag and have a look. Just before I get it out, I will say what a nice compact size. Now that I wouldn't have to think twice about putting in. It's not going to take up a lot more room, no more room really than the toilet tent I've been using. So I do like it from that perspective. So in the package we've got the user manual, always useful. The poles that I think form the front porch and the tent itself. And one of the things that really did appeal to me is it seems to be genuinely waterproof. Whereas a lot of the sort of similar design ones are advertised as beach tents or occasional tents and not to be used in bad weather. So let's have a look at the manual, see what it says. Right, first step, unfold all 4 corners of the tent. Hold the top to lift up. Ensure the 4 corners are fully opened. And then click down the top to fix in position. Right, let's do that bit to start with. Right, lay out the tent so the 4 corners are loose, which I have. Lift up the central section. Lift it until everything clicks in place. Now obviously I'd be doing this with 2 hands, but you can see even with 1 hand that is clicked into place really nicely. So let me do the rest with 2 hands and then we'll have a look. Okay, that's the 4 corners all out and all straight. Next step was to push this down until it clicks. And again, I'm going to need 2 hands for that because I don't think that's quite there. I really did only need 1 hand. God, that was easy. That's brilliant. Right, let's go and read the next step. Fasten the rain fly to 4 tent poles. Fix the tent stakes and the wind ropes to the ground. Well, I'm not going to be actually pegging it out right now, but let's see what it means by fixing this rain fly. Right, I've got it. The rain fly is this bit, I think, and attached to 4 poles. So let's do that. Right, I had misread that slightly. I had done it how it felt instinctively, and looking back at the pictures, that is how it needs to be. So it's just fastening this top section to the 4 little points, especially for it. Right, I'm really quite liking this, so I'm actually going to go and get some pegs and peg it out. I don't think it comes with any pegs. Oh no, I'm mistaken yet again. I really should look further. Okay, so it does come with a package of set pegs. We'll look at those, peg it out. Good girl. Okay, the tent pegs are much better quality than the ones you usually get, even with the expensive tents. And looking here, I've roughly loosely pegged it out, and the points even come with elastic, which even my expensive Berghaus tent hasn't got. I've had to put them on myself. Now that I'm impressed with. What do you reckon? And it is good quality material. Or it feels it, certainly. Now I got this in a flash sale. It's not a cheap item, but you're still talking under £100. I paid quite a bit less, thankfully, as I say, in a sale. I'm looking impressed so far. Now there's poles that came with it to make the front section somewhere you can sit, a little canopy. So let's have a look at those. Again, really nice quality poles by the look of it. They don't look like they're going to rust in a hurry. And it explains how to put them together. So I'll give that a go. The end with a little knobbly bit into an end with a hole in. So let's try. The instructions are talking about wind ropes, which I guess is what I could call guy ropes. Supplies plenty of them. I'm going to put these onto the bit we're going to lift up as our little canopy. Again, they're nice quality, though in all honesty I'll probably replace them with luminous ones, which are much better at night. But let's put these on and see if we can get the canopy up. Right, guy ropes on, poles ready. This simply states pop the pole through, so obviously this section through the hole, and attach the guys. Sounds too easy, I'm not convinced, but let's see what happens. Obviously one of those jobs would be easy with two, but I've put that side on, and my hope is now that if I put this one in and straighten, it might work. Let's see. Now that I'm seriously impressed with. That took no effort whatsoever, and you could easily stick a couple of lines out on each pole, on each corner, to make it more stable. Wow, yeah, I'm impressed. Let's have a little look inside. So we've got mesh fly sheet. Okay, so let me just check with zips, because that's always something that can be tricky. Well, that was easy. So that works nicely. Unzip that. Okay, ground sheet isn't amazing. I reckon if you put that down on rocks or anything too rough, it probably would go through. So I would recommend, I think I've got spare tarpaulin, or actually I've got the old footprint from my last tent. So I think I might well cut that to size and just look at, it's not bad quality, but considering how good the quality of the rest of the tent is, it would definitely be worth putting a footprint down or a bit of tarpaulin just to save the bottom of it. So you can see the other side, we've got a split door, which it looks like they roll back and attach. You've got another fly sheet. Let's just have a look. Yeah, they split, they roll back, and you can see the fixings. Fix them back. So you can have this as open as you like to make it nice and cool, or as closed as you like. Hey, what a great view! I was just thinking this fly mesh is in the way, and then I've spotted these to roll it up and tie it up with. So let's do that quickly. There we go, missus. Got a new tent. What do you reckon? So there we go, neatly folded back. We're comfy. As you can see, there's loads of room. I could have OT, Merlin this side, with loads of room for my bed the other side. Again, this thinner ground sheet is a little bit of an issue. If I wanted to put my raised camp bed in here, I would have to put a carpet down, a rug. But if I just want the airbed on the floor, that would be great. But in all honesty, like I say, I'm not really looking at camping in it. It's for me to put things from the van into, so that I can sleep in the van. And the other thing is, what ideal shade for the dogs at shows and competitions. Quick, easy to set up. Take it down to the ring with you. We were at Toller Fun Day this weekend, which was absolutely brilliant, but down by rings it was very, very hot. I could really have done with this. Could have put Merlin's crate and a bed for OT in here, no problem at all, with room for me to sit to. And as to my thoughts of sort of me being in the van and putting the loo in here and me getting dressed in here, that would be really easy. There is loads of room for me to stretch, get myself dressed. I really like it. I really do. And you can see it's breezy today. And even just having put it up very quickly, loosely pegged, is not causing any problems. In here there's a pocket for keys, phone. We've even got up here a lantern hanging peg, which is always useful. Yeah, that's Ozzy settled down. These flappy bits are a bit of a pain, but look how easy to roll them. And I imagine you just undo there and tuck behind. Let me give that a go. They don't actually fix quite in the way I thought they would, but they sit in there very neatly, out the way. Look, that gives a really, really nice shelter. For under £100 of what I'm looking for, that's one of the best I've seen. Would I do a night on Dartmoor in it? No, I don't think it would be up to it. Am I planning on doing a night in Dartmoor in it? No. I've got a tent for that. The biggest and trickiest bit is going to be, can I get it down easily? Because that's what I found with that Outsunny one that I tried. Trying to get it back into the neat compact package was a nightmare. So I'll take the porch down and do everything in reverse, and we'll have a look at the instructions, see if they'll help, and see if I can take it down. So pull up the two shorter poles. Okay, right. That's them. Then fold these twice. Right, this really is a two-handed job. Oh, I get what it means about unlocking the joints. Look, you actually have to push there, like that. Right, got it now. That's the first joint. Now for the second ones. It's a definite bit of a knack, but once you've got those ones, then this last fold on each of them is really easy. The instructions left me with fold 4 corners of 10, which I've done. And the last one's coming in. So let's try rolling it and see if it goes back in its bag. Well, that was ridiculously easy. All fitted in nicely. Very easy to roll up. Plenty of room. Gone back in with the poles and the pegs and the instructions. Now that I'm impressed with. Downsides. Again, the bag quality doesn't look amazing. And as I said earlier, the ground sheet. I think if I'm putting anything sharp on top of that ground sheet, I'm going to want a rug or a carpet down. And if I'm likely to be putting it up anywhere other than really smooth grass where there might be stones, bits of stick or anything, I'm going to want a footprint or a tarpaulin underneath it. So they're the two weak spots. But for the ease of putting it up, the ease of taking it down, how sort of rigid it was once it was up. It's quite windy out here today, and that even loosely pegged out. No issues whatsoever. Yeah, I'm impressed. So I'm going to highly recommend this. I will take it out and about and use it, so there might be a second review in a few weeks or so. I'll take it to Scotland with me, because you know what, even if I'm not going to use it to camp in, or even to put the stuff from the van in, as a shelter for me and the dogs at shows, it is just perfect. So yeah, this is definitely staying and will become part of our camping equipment. I still can't pronounce the name, but I hope that has helped you all. Take care. We'll see you all again soon.